potatoes first, okay? So I have these lovely red rooster potatoes. We're going to start first by washing these, if you haven't done that already, just to make sure that there's no extra muck and stuff on them, okay? So we'll get them washed first. So when you're peeling your potato, just take it in your hand, and we're just going to peel all the way down in long strips, okay? And it might take a few goes because sometimes it takes a while to get a hang of the peeler. So don't worry if it's not working out just to start. We'll take our time and peel down in nice long strips. Now sometimes you can leave the skin on because the skin has lots of fibre, which is really good for your tummy. But for this recipe, we're going to take the skin off because it's a little bit too tough for this recipe. Okay, so if you have your potato peeled, we're going to cut it up nice and small because we want to be as fast as possible here. So we're going to cut the potato in the shape that we want it. If you're putting it in the microwave, we're going to put it into a microwavable bowl. And then if you're using the hob, we're going to put it into our small little pot. Okay? So we're going to cut them up into nice little cubes. And if any of you have ever had patatas bravas before, you'll know that they're nice little potato cubes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my potato in half with a nice sharp knife. Just be very careful of your fingers, okay? Make sure that you're holding the potato with one hand and you're holding the knife with the other hand. If you're using a small knife, you might need to do a few little sawing action with your knife depending on how sharp it is. But again, take your time, there's no rush. So I'm putting each half in half, and then I'm going to turn this half on its side, and I'm just going to cut down probably twice. So I get these nice small little cubes, probably the same size as my thumbnail, okay? If you're putting in the microwave, because they're nice and small, I'm going to put them on for 4 minutes and see how they go. Normally when you cook a big potato or even a small baby potato, they'll take about 7 to 8 minutes, but because they're smaller, they'll take a smaller amount of time. And the same for the ones in the pots. I'm going to cover them with water, about halfway up the pot, so that they're nicely swimming in the water. About 15 minutes to cook, okay? Now we're going to get cracking on our sauce. So to start with our sauce, you're going to need your garlic and your onion. We're just going to chop these the same way, okay? So I've got 2 nice big cloves of garlic here. Just put my peels into my compost bin here. If your potatoes are ready, just give them a quick strain, and then we'll have them, just put them to one side while we make the sauce. Okay, so get your small pot, and we're going to heat up a little bit of olive oil, and we're going to turn the heat on to a nice medium heat, okay? So I'm going to come over to this camera now. Okay, so now we're going to fry off our potatoes. So using your frying pan now, we're going to turn it up to a nice high heat, and you're going to add a little bit of olive oil. And when that's ready, you're going to add your potatoes very carefully because the oil might splash back at you. So be very, very careful. So my potatoes are gotten a little bit crispy. They're nice and brown in some parts, which is just what we want. We don't want to burn them and we don't want to undercook them. So we want a nice golden colour. And my sauce is nice and pureed, but you don't have to do that if you want it a little bit chunkier. So I'm just going to dish it up now, and I'll show you how I would dish it up. Kind of like a nice little Spanish patatas bravas dish. Beautiful, small little patatas bravas dish.